Welcome, mortal. I am Stephen, Slug King. I am gestated from the wasted heat of the universe. This is my son, Dorian. Love you, my baby.
Thanks, Dad.
You are here to learn about the end of the universe. Well, it's very far away. I mean very, very far away. I mean you're going to be so unbelievably dead by the time it happens, you may as well never have existed at all. I'm so sorry. Because one day, our sun will run out of fuel and die, destroying the Earth as it does. But that will not be the end. Because much, much, much later, all the stars in the universe will die, leaving behind only the black holes, mysterious drains sucking in the shredded remains of the universe. But that will not be the end. Because much, 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 much later, and very slowly, even the black holes must die. They will finally be hotter than the ambient temperature of the universe, and their energy will return to it. They will disappear. The universe will be immense and dark and uniform at every place, with no energy left to transfer between things, and no things between which to move. It will be a void, without activity or light. But that still won't be the end. I don't know if there will be an end. Anyway, thank you for coming. Next time, give me a heads up and Dorian can buy some blue Doritos, and I'll make a salsa. So long!
Hi, so did that make sense? Okay, let me try again. So I've been reading about how when any information goes into a black hole, whether that's like a particle or a star, a song, or like a really cool chair, it'll never ever come back out again. And it's not like there's just some exit inside that once you're in there, you can't find it. It's more like the way a black hole bends space and time. No matter how fast you try and escape, you'll always be moving forward towards a future point that's still inside of it. Yeah. In fact, right, if you were to cross over the event horizon of a black hole, that's what it's called, the event horizon, someone watching you wouldn't actually see you cross it. You'd just be frozen on the edge in a final pose until you fade away. And while you were crossing, you wouldn't actually feel or see anything special, which seems wrong, really, doesn't it? But yeah, in theory, you would just continue on into the blackness until you die, obviously. The way I think about it is like, you know when you black out? You know, like when you're awake but you don't remember it, right before you faint. Or if you've ever been in really extreme pain, or if you just got so drunk that your brain stops making memories and you're just roaming around the pub, probably being really funny. Well, because when you black out, you don't actually ever know when you're entering it, and no one around you can see you cross over the periphery. And everything that happens from there on is gone forever until you come to, and then there's like a final image that you can see. Like, the last thing I remember was, will we? Yeah. Okay, so when I was like, I don't know, 19? Let's say 19 years old. I went to this house party and Robyn here brought me. It was in a squat, and I only really went because like someone I fancied was there. Classic. And while I was there, I saw, actually, no, I love this for you, but I think I need to like do it alone. So could you be me and you read this? So
Me? Why?
it's just, you'll see, it's just, yeah. Okay.
I go into a cramped kitchen.
So make it you as in me.
You go.
Yes.
Okay. You go into a cramped kitchen. It's not been replaced since the late 1970s.
By the way, I should mention, this was my first time drinking vodka ever. I know, but yeah, so I drank like a naggin before I got to the house of vodka, a naggin of vodka. I drank a naggin of vodka, and it's probably kind of important that you know that I wasn't like completely, so yeah.
Legend. You go into a cramped kitchen. The people living here have written and painted on parts of the walls. It's roasting hot. It's the height of summer, by the way.
That's really important.
And there's a fan in the room struggling to keep us all cool. A group of people are talking and occasionally kissing each other. They're discussing how democracy will die and how the planet will die, and that maybe those two things will be related. And they're really drunk, and normally it would be annoying, but it all sounds quite, I don't know, plausible.
I remember that really clearly.
You go past this group of people and out a cheap plastic door to the garden and down a couple of concrete steps. The garden is like, obviously you can guess by now, it's a total shit show. There's a massive pile of bricks and debris everywhere that people are sitting on. And there's a guy on the ground, unconscious, propped up in a sleeping bag against a wall. And his friends are trying to balance stuff on his head.
Yeah, there was like a slug going up his neck that no one was bothering to remove.
The next thing you see is the person you fancy up against a wall kissing Robyn, who, as a reminder, is the friend who invited and brought you there, kissing me.
Yeah, it was kind of like the death of my whole universe at the time, but it's not like, obviously I'm over it, it's just, it's important to the story.
Who was this?
Oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, right, so actually this is where it got like, yeah, weird?
Okay, now you know no one else here, so you decide to get out as quickly as you arrived. But you can see down the back of the garden, there's this group standing around with their backs to you, all mobbed together, maybe looking at something. You're drawn to them for some reason. So you walk the length of this long, thin suburban garden. As you get near, you notice that someone is singing. I don't remember this at all. Is this true, Rachel? I'm getting a bit...
Yeah, you were just busy.
You finally get close and see what these people are seeing. It's like an old bathtub surrounded by weeds, decaying into the ground. It's obviously been out here a long time, and it's filled with water. Maybe it used to have ice to cool some beers, but that's all melted. There's this thing floating in it that you don't recognize at first. It looks like a massive swollen heart, but as you get closer to look, you see that it's a crow. Gross.
Keep going.
I think we've all seen what a dead bird looks like, but the crow is badly mangled, its neck is destroyed, and you're thinking, Jesus, why is everyone looking at this? Someone goes over and dips a finger in the water. They yank it out, say it's freezing. And then you see the water ripple, like it's echoing a silent tremor under the earth. There's a tapping sound, and you see that the wings of the crow is twitching again, softly patting the surface of the water, almost like drumming. It's alive somehow, surely not no, but yes, definitely just tapping. The tap's getting a little stronger each time, and the crow starts rotating slowly on the surface of the water. It's turning faster and faster, like it's being dragged in circles by a hidden magnet until it spins into a blur, a black, feathery swirl, and then suddenly there are no feathers and no swirl and no crow. It's just a black hole.
It's pulling me in.
Are you sure it wasn't just a nagging, Rachel?
Yes, Robyn, I said it was my first time. Please keep going.
The singing is getting louder and more people are joining in. You don't know if it's because you're drunk or because you don't know any of these people, but some alien part of you says, okay, fuck it, and you join in. And while you're standing there, you feel yourself split into two. like cleaved into you and some other woman just like you, stepping out of your body. You aren't scared though, it's more, you don't know, serene. You just want to hug yourself back together. And you are both of them at once, seeing the world from two perspectives. Then one of you starts to walk away, slowly toward the black hole, and the other one stays watching the back of your own head as you go. And you pass straight into the mouth of the black hole and feel no different, only the world going dark around you.
And I watch myself walk in, but I seem to freeze right at the edge, even though I know that I've walked in.
And then you think you start to feel yourself fade away.
Why?
Remember when being a teenager was actually that intense, Rachel?
Oh, it's not about being a teenager. Could you just finish it, please?
And that image of yourself leaving you, or you leaving yourself, is the last thing you remember of that party. Presumably that was the moment your body decided to metabolize this horrendous vodka and you black out.
And the next thing I remember are my own feet hanging off the end of my own bed, and I'm back in one body. And all I want to know is what part of me went into that black hole. Because whatever went in there is never, ever coming back out.
And we're back. Fáilte a chuirde agus toltu ag welcomed back. We've got an amazing guest here. I think you already know quite a lot about them. We're really, really lucky. How are you doing? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Incredible. So you began as a star. You've been around a long time. You were a massive star. And then I think it's fair to say you had a bit of a collapse. But since then, you've completely reinvented yourself. You're now a point of infinite density in space, unimaginable gravitational power. How has that journey been for you? And when you say, oh, sorry. It's inspiring. So one of the reasons we wanted to get you in, as you know, is that we're trying to understand entropy here. And I understand entropy, definitely, but it's still complicated. And I think what would be really helpful is just a definition for the layperson. Would you be able to provide that definition as a black hole? As a black hole, do you think you'd be able to give us a definition, maybe just one line? Duh, yes. Amazing. When you say it like that, it's really easy to understand and quite funny and poignant. And I think doing all three of those is really hard. So my moderator is telling me we're almost out of time, ironically, because of the black hole. So we're going to throw it out to the audience. Are there any questions for our special guest? Any questions for our expensive guest? Any questions? I have a question while we're waiting for the audience to warm up. My question is this question, and the question is this. If I were to fall into, not me, if Robyn were to fall into a black hole, what would happen to Robyn? Okay, so that's the end of Robyn. But Robyn's out of the picture. But you, me, we're all going to succumb to entropy, right? At some point, you will die. How long is that going to take for you? Jesus. Okay. That is very long. Well, look, we're out of time here. I just want to say thank you so much to our guest, and can I get a bula bus for our guest here? Can we get a bula bus, everyone? Agus, slow and live.